Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Well, it was the Indiana Pacers in their last game, a loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. They get it again. Goes back up. The shot by Turner, no good. Pass to Kessler. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal.
That's on Benedict Mathurin.
Well, you love to see Kessler draw the contact right there. Get that defender into a compromised position.
BB, one thing about Kessler, he will challenge anybody at the rim. Wow.
There's no question, Kevin. Walker Kessler is one of those guys who's not afraid to get dunked on. He is a rim protector of the highest order. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some, but he's always going to try to do his job.
Here's Turner. Comes up empty down low. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. To the paint. Here's Davis. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
A difficult shot for some bigs, but AD making it look easy.
Outside Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Bailey. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Davis in the corner. They kick it out to Green. Shoots over Nembhard. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
First team foul.
Halliburton outside. Pass to Turner. Over Kessler. And it's sent back by Kessler.
This guy is a constant threat on the defensive end. Send it back, Walker.
Back to Green. The three. Krills the three-pointer.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Bailey misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. That one good for 2.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Halliburton. Out to Turner. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Davis. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. .143 left in the first. And it's Mathurin missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Green. Into the lane. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Turner. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
And he dumps it down.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Substitution on the court.
Pacers trailed by 11. There's the pick. Pass to Shepard. Plenty of space. Kessler with the rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And here's Green outside. Davis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really one of the most challenging covers in our game. Davis, hard to guard given how versatile he is.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And it's Collier missing. Shot to stop the run, and it's good on the layup.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
So far in this one, guys, it's been the shooting. In particular, from mid-range. That has been huge for them.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Siakam inside. It's deflected. Jazz leading by 11. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Bailey misses. Here's Indiana now. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those Bucks over here.
Pass to Davis. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Indiana shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Pacers trailed by 9. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Walker. And Walker throws it down hard.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Pass to Collier. Back to Williams. Outside for Sexton. Shot clock at 5. Over Walker. Sexton's shot is good. And the Jazz lead by 11.
Colin Sexton, early in his career, has demonstrated great instincts in the pick and roll, good decision-making.
When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Yeah, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
To the inside. The 3. The rebound by Shepherd.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets. Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pacers trail by 11.
I see him.
Here's Halliburton. And he uses the glass on the layup. Halliburton's got his first basket of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
How about that? He's 7 feet tall, and Miles Turner, because of that ability to move in any direction at any moment, is a big-time problem inside.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go.
A smooth operator in that pick and roll. Mathurin understanding how to capitalize with that handle.
Right side, Davis. Pass to Kessler. Outside, Green. Nice move. A second chance effort. And the layup good by Kessler. Kessler's got his second basket of the night.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Left side, Mathurin. Rebounded by the Jazz. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They host the Clippers after this game. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Bailey. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Green. Count it. Green's got the lead up to 13 now for the Jazz.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning for playing.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. Lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kessler the screen. Green drives in. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 13-point game. Nembhard with it. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Nembhard's got 5 now.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Bailey. And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Bailey. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 7.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give.
Mathurin. And good that time.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league.
And they'll get another chance. Here's Hendricks. The rebound by Turner.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's Mathurin missing.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Over to the wing. Bailey. No good on the triple. Pacers trailed by 14. And it's Mathurin missing. And Davis now top of the key.
Walking foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
On defense, the Pacers. Over in the corner, Williams. They set the screen. Goes up from the top of the key. Mathurin attacking. Count it. Good. 8 points here for Benedict Mathurin.
And already Mathurin has a pretty dynamic drive, but getting the drop on the defense all season won't be easy.
Substitution on the court.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Collier. It's deflected. They get it back. And the foul on Jarace Walker. That's foul number 2 for him. Another shot. Collier. That's good. Collier's got a second bucket tonight. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
Outside for Sexton. Cranes the three-pointer. Sexton's got 5.
Well, Colin Sexton's assertiveness right there with the rise and fire, exactly what his team wants from him.
And the foul called on Isaiah Collier. That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Walker in the post. 5 points in the game. Pass to Nesmith. 6 to shoot. Releases. Utah with the rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Pacers trailed by 15.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Back to Walker. Pass to Shepard. The kick out to Walker. No good with the triple.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Here's Collier. Shot clock at 6. Williams for 3. He doesn't hit that one. And the Pacers with possession here. Down by 15. From past the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
And he drives in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible. Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
The Jazz have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there. Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Here's Walker. Rebound, Utah.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Out to the right wing. Puts the move on. That one, no good. Jazz leading by 13. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams scanning the floor. There's the 3. Walker with the rebound. The tray. No good that time. Gets it off. It's not going to go for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Jazz lead by... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for Indiana. It's a 13-point game. And stolen by Sexton. Here's Collier. And a miss there on the triple. Outside Mathurin. Outside Turner. His three-pointer's off the mark. Utah leading by 13. Sexton for three. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Here's Turner. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
For Miles Turner, so much of this is about confidence. You love to see him convert in there. That is nice.
Outside, Green. Davis sets a screen. Puts it up. And it's Green. Missing. Pacers trail by 12. A shot by Nembhard. No good. Here's Bailey. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
The whole selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. Now, he tore into his guys. He said, your body language is awful right now. You don't even look like you want to play right now. Should I sub in for you? Where's the drive to win? Guys?
Thank you, David. Stripped away. Nembhard with it. Now Green defending. Indiana moving it around. Turner. Now Nembhard. 5 to shoot. Over Green. A shot by Nembhard. No good. Jazz leading by 11. And finished off by Davis.
Really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
The shot by Turner, no good.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now. You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Siakam outside. Back to Halliburton. Over Hendricks. And once again off the mark by Indiana. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
Pass to Bailey. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Bailey's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Jazz leading by 15. Right wing. Goes up the baseline. And Utah again with the bucket.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Out to Turner. Back to Halliburton. And Siakam has it in the corner. And Siakam throws it down.
An emphatic finish by Mr. Siakam. Yes, sir.
Here's Bailey. From outside, off the mark. Pacers trail by 15. And a wide open look for Mathurin. It's good from long range.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
From the baseline. Bailey misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. What a motor. Mathurin can go all night, and he has. What a performance.
1:44 left in the fourth. Offensive rebound. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Bailey. Fires for three. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Bailey's got 11 in the second half. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Turner for three. And Davis pulls it down.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Pass to Bailey. On the wing, Green. Buries it from three-point range.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Utah.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Jalen Green.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
Here's Bailey. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Now the Pacers moving it up. So it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.